Hello everyone and welcome to the Super League Pod. You're listening to your favourite Rugby League podcast with all your feedback and shout-outs, news from around the world of Rugby League. We'll be taking a look back at round 3 of Super League, predicting round 4 and discovering the true motivation for Bonnie Tyler's total eclipse of the heart. Strap yourselves in, kids, because for the 132nd time, this is your podcast, the Super League Pod. So, hello everyone, welcome along to Super League Pod. As always, Tom and Mark bringing you the best of Rugby League from around the world. Mark, how are you?
I'm well, thanks Thomas. How about yourself?
I'm alright. I don't think you are well. I'm looking at a fairly bleary-eyed, weary traveller. What have you been up to?
I'm just a bit tired.
But you've been busy, you're not just a bit tired. Tell us what you've been up to.
Well, I've been to Belfast this weekend, so on Saturday morning we drove down to Liverpool, hopped on a flight, got on the beers.
So you're tagging yourselves into little bars and stuff?
It was mostly so I remembered where we went.
You could look back and see.
Then didn't quite make it to watch the Hay-Fi out because I was too pissed. Well, first Emma was too drunk.
Hang on, did Emma have to get you home? Or?
No, first Emma was too drunk, so we went back to the hotel.
Right.
And then I decided we walked past somewhere that looked like it was showing the boxing, so I decided we'd go back out.
Okay.
I had another beer in that place, but I don't know what it was. It was like a restaurant cum bar, this place. But it absolutely stunk of fish, like they just served 1 billion fried fish or something.
Okay.
It stunk of fish and coffee, and there are two smells that make me feel quite ill.
Right.
So after stood in there for we got to about 2 rounds into the women's fight before the main fight.
Right.
And I was like, I had to go back. I couldn't hack it anymore. We had to go.
Right.
So then we went to bed. We'd been on it since, the airport.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Since we got to Liverpool. But we met a stag do from Wigan.
Oh, no.
Which included...
That isn't good.
A Wigan St Pat's player and David Lyon, the former Warrington and St Helens fullback from the 80s.
Right.
So
That's so funny you should say that. I think I met an ex-player the weekend as well, but I'll get to that in a minute.
Then Sunday we went and saw the Titanic Museum, had a few drinks after that, went and watched Postmodern Jukebox, which I think there's been a bit of feedback about that, so we'll probably pick that up along the way. But they started with, is it Call Me Maybe? Is that the song?
Carly Rae, you put me under pressure now, because I could try and be cool and go, I don't know what you're talking about, but you're talking about that Carly Rae Jepsen song, aren't you? Hey, I just met you.
Yeah, that one, yeah. Right. So basically...
Did you like the little dance I did there as well?
They started with that, and it had a tap interval in the middle. And it was like a big band version of that with a tap dancer in the middle. And it was just right, this is going to go swimmingly well. And it was even better than the videos because of all the extra bits they did of showmanship and stuff around it. It was quality.
That's fantastic.
They're still on the UK and British tour.
Do you know what I was looking at on Twitter?
They're doing next Sunday. They're in Liverpool.
Right, flipping heck. It looks like they're doing a lot around the place though over the next few weeks and travelling quite extensively, because it looks like they're doing gigs 2 in a day, but one in Scotland and one in...
No, there's 2 tours going on at the same time because it's a revolving group of people. There's about 50 members sort of thing. So they're doing 2 tours at the same time, and I think Scott Bradley, the main guy, maybe is popping up at different shows. And he was at our show, did half of our show that we were at.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey.
It was amazing though.
Fantastic.
They did almost like a Motown-ish kind of version of My Heart Will Go On from Titanic.
Right.
Because obviously Belfast where Titanic was built. Yeah.
Superb.
Yeah.
Sounds like you've had a good week then.
It was great.
Fantastic.
It was great.
Fantastic. I've had a much quieter weekend by comparison.
You never have a quiet weekend.
It was all right. Highlight was Saturday night though. Went out for a bite to eat with a nice young lady, but went to Miller and Carter.
Anyone I've heard of yet?
No one you've heard of yet. You might find out a bit more later. But we went to Miller and Carter, the steak place that's opened up. It was the High Cross up in Poland, but it's a chain-ish of steak places, and the steak was brilliant. It almost made it into SLP recommends, but I think it's probably a bit too local for that. But there's 3 or 4 of them around the northwest.
Right.
So Miller and Carter, I had the ribeye, and it was really intense. There was one problem with it though. The waiter wasn't a bad waiter at all. Really, really good waiter. But, and this is going to make it sound really snobby, if I'm eating in a restaurant, I like the waiting staff to kind of be efficient, be quiet, and then get the fuck out of town and just let me enjoy my dinner, and then maybe check and just, do you know what I mean? I don't really like that American, hey guys, how are you, kind of service, and the guy was, or at least at some point, lived in America as well, so he had a bit of an American accent, which immediately kind of put me on the back burner. But he was okay. He got the patter and the spiel and all that lot. But he wouldn't let me have what I wanted in terms of sauces. So
what do you mean?
Well, so my date ordered her steak, and it comes with a sauce, and they just help you pick one. And the guide said, right, have the beef dripping sauce. It's incredible. It'll change your life. It's the best sauce that we do. So she said, yes, of course. That sounds fantastic. I'll have that with my steak. And so then we start doing my order. And I ordered my steak and how I wanted it cooked. And what sauce do you want? So I'm going to have the beef dripping sauce, please. And without even blinking, he went, I'm going to order you peppercorn. I'm like, no, I just want my beef dripping sauce. So we got this extra pot of peppercorn sauce that sat there on the side of it while I just gazed like with raw jealousy at this beef dripping gravy that I was denied by this waiter.
Why?
He said that we'd have enough sauce. He said that we'd have enough beef dripping sauce and that we needed something else. I should have manned the fuck up really and been like, no man, I want beef dripping sauce. But at this point, it was all kind of like he'd earned my trust a little bit. So yeah, I got mugged off by a waiter in there. Okay. Actually, I take it back. Don't go to Miller and fucking Carter.
We'll go to one, but just not that one.
It's just staffed by dickheads. But no, it was really good. But the steak was insane, and the beef dripping sauce is very good. I did get some in the end.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be relieved to hear. But no, it was. So that was the highlight of the weekend.
I'm just picturing like a waiter and your date like tied up in a back alley somewhere after you're like, I'm having the beef fucking dripping sauce. I'm
pretty sure they were in cahoots. There was an incident with some Stilton that he was meant to be bringing me that disappeared mysteriously whilst I was at the loo. So, but that's for another time. I think there was some element of collusion, to be honest. But we'll see.
What
anyway,
about your potential meeting of a famous person? We're not. This isn't. You're at work today.
Oh no,
gag.
No, this wasn't the 2 lads at work that looked. No, we went to town afterwards, and I got chatting to an old guy in a bar. You see old guys in bars that are on their own sometimes, and they're just like propping the bar up, and they'll talk to anyone. Well, I was at a bar, and there was no guy propping it up, and I ended up saying hello, and he said, you sound like you've got a Yorkshire accent. I said, that's because I'm drunk, and it comes back, and he said, you're from? I said, I'm from Bradford. He said, oh, you're a Rugby League fan? I said, yes. He said, I used to play for Castleford. I said, fuck off. No, you didn't. He said, yes, I absolutely. He said, yes. Now, I haven't fact-checked this. He said, my name's John Joyner, and I played for Cass in the 70s, and he started telling me about like playing against Featherstone and things like that, and being at Weldon Road. So you're about to fact check it now. I prefer to live in the mystery a little bit. But it's before my time. Yeah, well, it was before mine because I didn't immediately recognise him. He might even have played in. It might have even been in the 60s by the looks of him. He was an old guy, and I was pretty tipsy. But he said John Joyner, as I recall, was his name. It was a busy bar though. He might not even be on Wikipedia. TikTok.
John Joyner, born on the 15th of May 1955.
There you go.
61 years old, that makes him.
Yeah, that's him.
English professional rugby league player.
There's a picture.
Well, let's see.
Does it come round?
No.
No. There you go. Yeah, he said he was a centre. Look at that. So there you go. Met him in a bar.
Played at Castleford.
Mm-hmm.
And coached at Castleford.
I didn't mention his coaching.
Played between 1972 and 1992. Wow.
Yeah.
There you go. Played for Great Britain and England.
Right.
So he wasn't lying to you, unless he wasn't.
Unless he's just some pisshead from Gas purported to be John Joyner.
There you go.
So there you are. So we both potentially met ex-pro rugby league players. Shall we talk about what the other nice people have been getting in touch and saying now?
Yeah, we'll start with Fatboy Rob. Says, not quite a hashtag Mark rant, but shoddy old stadium did bring on a full shoulder moving lol.
Well.
At Alfie Wolf said, peach of a Tomism when Mark talks about picking kids out of the stand for Wigan mascot. Did you put your hand up? Laughy face, clap, clap, laughy face.
I'm very funny.
Alan Walker said, superb round 2 ep guys, made sure I listened with my dinner, safety at work, touch wood the bus is not on fire again.
I want to ride on Alan's bus, and I say that with absolutely no euphemism included.
Your mate Luke at Luke Williams MMA, the Freiston corrector, says just.
I have to say, I did misread his tweet at one point. I'll see if you can get to the bit that I misread, and it worried me.
Just to let Tom know that despite my Twitter handle, he's in no danger. 5th place in a BJJ comp and 0-1 amateur record. I don't know what a BJJ comp is.
Well, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is BJJ. However, as I was reading it, at the time, I was scanning it and didn't read the second J. So initially, I wondered what on earth he'd been competing in.
Anyway, Luke says, great podcast. I found it mid last season and subscribed straight away. Just what I want. Thorough RL chat with added swears.
More than fucking welcome, Lukey boy. Especially I know you're not particularly hard.
At Dr. Hideous, David Cantrell got in touch. He said, regarding the Wigan Widnes fixture swap, similar stuff happened to Wimbledon when they were tenants of Crystal Palace, so not unique to Wigan or Rugby League.
There you go, good knowledge, Dave Cantrell.
David Powell at St David 2911 said, new listener and love it despite letting the pie-eating scum off the hook.
There you go, so probably a St Helens fan.
He is, yeah. I think he thought we went a bit
soft on him.
Easy on Wigan last.
Well, you're a Wigan fan and I don't care. That was the reason I think it came across that we were a bit easy on them, because it's just we both said it was stupid, we both said it was fast, but our tone wasn't quite the bile-filled rage that people go to as their immediate default when things like that happen and a big club's involved.
If people read something and you see emotive words, maybe you pick up on them more than when we say emotive words like farcical and embarrassing and all those words that we use. I think maybe it's because we explained that Widnes haven't lost out financially, because we were asked how much Widnes have lost out financially, that maybe you thought we were being, I don't know, trying to defend Wigan in any way, but we weren't. We were trying to say Widnes haven't lost out despite the farcical, embarrassing situation that we created.
Exactly.
So yeah, I don't like it if we are misunderstood about things like that. So I hope it's not caused any problems there.
I'm sure it's fine.
Mark at Wilco2205 said, beat my 0% trivia record. Got Wellens on 2 clues and Taylor on 3 clues, and predicted which postmodern jukebox cover Mark would pick, making progress.
Yeah, that's it doesn't come as a surprise, does it? And he knows his podcast presenters as well. He knows your taste as well, mate. So
yeah,
good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff indeed. Chris Macy got in touch on Facebook. A little bit of a longer one here. He said, with the NRL and League One back underway this week, and more significantly the return of the curse of the Tuesday news, that was the Rangi Chase stuff, I think, the season is officially off and running. It's not something Cass would have wanted, but whatever happened, I'm sure it won't affect them too much. No, it didn't.
No.
Taxi for Rangi, and all that. Another great show, guys, as always. Quite excited by the 4th round cup draw. I always cross my fingers for a competitive London derby, but the Wolfpack coming to town is pretty cool, and I'm hoping to sidestep a kid's party, get a lift to Ealing now the missus can drive the car, so wish me luck.
Good luck.
Good luck, Chris. That creep cover was pretty good and reminded me of a guy called Richard Cheese who does a similar thing, but I think he's a bit more explicit, his Chop Suey cover for one, but certainly worth a listen. Also got me wondering, do you guys have any favourite covers? Maybe you like them more than the original, or didn't even know they were a cover in the first place because of your taste in music. For me, I'd say Killswitch Engage's Holy Diver and Metallica's Whiskey in the Jar spring to mind straight away, and it may be because of my age and just happened to be when I was at school at the time, but Alien Ant Farm, Smooth Criminal gets an honourable.
That was a tremendous cover. I really liked that Alien Ant Farm track. That was very good. They went rapidly downhill when it came to doing their own stuff, but that was just perfect timing. I think that was a good. Do you know the song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have a favourite cover?
I have a favourite cover, but it's more for personal reasons, I suppose.
Okay.
I